Sometimes there are thoughts that keep me up at night. Troubling stuff like, you know, is Minecraft still gonna be getting updates when I'm elderly? Cause the world of mainstream video games have embraced the live service format. It's all about stuffing a game with new content for as long as possible until the money stops pouring in. And then there's no more money coming out, those games just get killed. And while that sort of topic is always talked about how the death of a live service game is inevitable, I'm also curious when it comes to how long it'll take for that inevitable death to come. Cause, it could take a while depending on what game we're talking about. It could take 5 years, maybe 10 more years if it's a successful game, but what about like 20 years, 50 years, 100 years? You might think it's impossible for a game to keep getting updated for that long, but we're talking about the most popular art medium and largest entertainment industry out there. Let's take TF2 for example. That's a live service game that's gonna be 20 years old next year. Sure, at first it was a live service game, but over the years Valve kept adding new maps, new weapons, new hats. You'd think after 20 years that the developers at Valve would get sick of working on TF2, and you'd be right. I'm pretty sure that around 2017, the team working on TF2 got sick of it and wanted to move on to other things. But TF2 also has a very dedicated fanbase that has already been making official hats and maps pretty much since the launch of TF2. So Valve took advantage of that passion and has slowly been giving the fans more and more power to sustain the game entirely all by themselves. It's a cool and mildly unethical way of keeping your live service game alive, just letting your fanbase do all the work for you. But it's a great way to make sure your live service game keeps getting new content while the company itself gets to pay as few salaries as possible. But for how long is that fanbase gonna be keeping that grind up? I mean, it's pretty clear that the kids who discovered TF2 15 years ago are now making content that gets added into the game officially. But are the kids of today gonna be interested in keeping the flame alive in another 20 years? Will the game even be able to run for another 20 years of added maps and cosmetics? There's already around 200 maps and 2,000 cosmetics in the game. It feels insane to think about what if the game had double that amount, triple that amount? What kind of new ideas are the community gonna be able to cook up when there's 5,000 different hats already in the game? At least as of right now, TF2 isn't a game that fundamentally changes. There hasn't been a balance update since 2018. It's not like every modern live service shooter to have balance changes every week and a new character every month to disturb that balance again. There's something a bit comforting to know that TF2 will overhaul play the same even in 20 years. It'll be like you never left. I can't say the same for Minecraft. Minecraft is interesting because that game does change every update it gets. And considering it's owned by one of the most money-hungry corporations and is also the best-selling game of all time, Minecraft is gonna get updates for a long while. And that game has changed a lot from its initial release in 2011. No wonder there's been a lot of Minecraft players flocking to older versions of the game. Minecraft is a perfect representation of what a Sheep of Thesis situation is. If you don't know, the Sheep of Thesis is a thought experiment about what if you take a boat and replace every part of it, one by one? Is it still the same boat? If not, when did it start becoming a different boat? Where do you draw the line? Well, Minecraft from today might as well be considered a different game from 2011 Minecraft. There's a different combat system, a different world generation system, most textures got replaced, it's basically Minecraft 2. So what is Minecraft even gonna look like 20 years from now? It might get a health and hunger rework for all we know. And then in 20 years, maybe Minecraft players are gonna be nostalgic for the versions we're playing right now. Remember when I updated the baby mods? Wasn't life so much better back in 2026? Thankfully, it's easy to download older versions of Minecraft. I think we can all agree that the only thing keeping Minecraft going is money. If people stop buying new copies or mine coins, Microsoft will shut down Mojang, no questions asked. And I guess that also applies to Valve and TF2, but at least it has some kind of fandom Ouroboros going on that maintains a flow of new content for the game. Valve can just pay one guy that decides what fan content gets added in TF2 and that's it. But what if there was a live service game that wasn't relying on money at all? One that isn't owned by any corporation and is fully sustained and controlled by its fans? Yeah, that's right, I'm calling Yumetuki a live service game. Okay, Yumetuki is a lot more obscure than TF2 and Minecraft, so I'll quickly summarize what it is. First of all, Yumetuki is a fan game of Humaniki. It's a quiet and atmospheric game about exploring the dream worlds inside the protagonist's brain. Also in 2007 is when Humanity fans decided they would make a fan sequel. It would be the same basis where it's a game where you explore the dream worlds of a new protagonist, except it would have more dream worlds, more endings, more unlockables. The game was always obscure, being a fan game of a cult classic RPG Maker game. But as far as we know, the game would have just kept being updated even if it never gained any more popularity. But it did explode in popularity anyway, with the Humanity Online project in 2022. It's a fan website meant to make Humanity and its fan games playable online, not as an MMO. And when that happened, Yumitsuki had over 600 dream worlds to explore, so its immense scope lended very nicely to being an MMO experience. 4 years later, the dev team has a ton of new blood from the new popularity, and the game has over 1,500 dream worlds. If things stay that way, then the game is gonna reach 10,000 dream worlds in 30 years. I don't think the engine can even handle that many maps since it's RPG Maker 2000. That engine might explode under the immense scope of the game, and I guess the devs will have to port everything to a new engine, or hack the RPG Maker 2000 engine? I don't know. You know, I talk about how these games need to have a new generation of players to keep them alive, but that also goes for its developers. There's gonna be a point where the entire Minecraft and new Mitsuki dev team are gonna be replaced by new blood, either because the original developers moved on or, you know, they're all dead. It's crazy to think that these games are probably gonna outlive us all. So I guess all there is to do now is wait and see what happens in a couple decades. Anyway, that's all I got for today. There's many more examples of games that are like that out there, but I just picked 3 that I'm most familiar with. If there's an example you'd like to share, guess what? That's what the comment section is for. Also, if you enjoy these kind of videos where it's just me rambling about whatever, please also let me know in the comments. I'm curious when it comes to doing more of these. But yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out my Patreon to support me making more silly stuff. Bye!